Today, we're discussing updates 9.4 and 9.5 for the infected. Now, we've got a lot of info to cover and no time to waste, so let's get to it. I've got to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this dev is on fire. He has released yet another couple of updates for the infected. Versions 9.4 and 9.5 are now active, and there are some awesome additions and changes that were made in these updates. So today we're going to go through all of the additions, changes, bug fixes, that kind of thing that were made in update 9.4 and update 9.5 for the infected. And let's start with some of the new additions to the game. The first item added to the game is this guy right here, a brand new vegetable, the onion. So like any of the other vegetables that you find in the wild, all you're going to do is click that right mouse button and click on harvest. By harvesting that onion, we've obtained one onion sprout, which you can plant in order to grow more onions, and we've obtained one onion. Now the onion itself will restore 3 health, give you 8 carbs, 2 fats, 10 vitamins, and 1 energy, but it does decrease your thirst by 1. It also has a 2-hour spoil timer. So in order to plant the onion, all you're going to want to do is come to an empty plant bed, press E to use that plant bed, and drag your onion sprout to the add seed button. There you go. Now, if you don't have a greenhouse or a water house already made, make sure that you get your plant watered. Otherwise, it will not grow for you. So you will have to add water if you don't have those items already crafted. But it is as simple as that. Add the seed and you are good to go. The next item that has been added to the game is the clay bowl. This can be crafted on the workbench and is used to store and serve onion soup. So all you have to do is take 3 pieces of clay and add that to your workbench, and that will give you your clay bowl. Click the craft button, and there she is. The next new item we want to talk about goes hand in hand with the onion and the clay bowl. And that, of course, is the onion soup recipe. In order to make this, you have to have yourself a pot. You add at least 100 water and 1 onion to the pot and let it boil. Once it's cooked, you can use a clay bowl to grab the soup, and it will give you 5 health, 50 thirst, 20 carbs, 2 protein, 5 fats, 15 vitamins, and 5 energy. It will also give you a permanent +1 to your max thirst. And this item has a perish time of 4 hours. So let's go ahead and cook up some onion soup. So we're going to access our stove here. We're going to go ahead and put in some water into the pot, and then we will add in the onion. There we go. You know what? We've got 2 of these, so let's go ahead and make up 2. There we go. Boom, boom. Now you just have to fire up your stove here and wait for this to boil. Now you see on the bottom here where it says water and onion. As soon as it's done cooking, it will say onion soup. So we just got to let it sit for a little bit of time, and this will boil up into onion soup. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Our onion soup is done. So now we just take our clay bowl and boop, grab the onion soup. Now, if we check our inventory here, we have our onion soup in the inventory ready to go. And since I have 2 of these, let's go ahead and grab them both. And now if we go ahead and access our inventory, we can right click and eat that. Boom! Look at that. Our thirst went from 100 all the way up to 101. So we gained that +1 permanent boost to thirst. Now keep in mind that it does use up the clay bowl, so you do not get your clay bowl back. Now when I started this, I had 3 clay bowls. We made 2 of the onion soups. And then once I drank that first onion soup, the bowl was not returned to our inventory. So you do lose the clay bowl when you eat the onion soup. The next item added to the infected is the stone grinder. And oh my god, is this thing awesome. It requires 12 electrical parts, 6 mechanical parts, 20 iron ingots, and 5 planks in order to craft, but it will allow you to grind stone into sand and iron fragments. It does require 100 power in order to use, and it does take 25 seconds to grind each stone, but holy crap, guys, do you get a lot of resources. This thing is awesome. So let's go ahead and place this down and get this bad boy built. And putting in the last electrical part, boom, there she is. Oh, look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo, love it. So the first thing we need to do in order to use this is get ourselves some stone. So we'll go ahead and grab one of these full stone crates, and let's just put it right here, right next to it. And we're going to start transferring stone. So we'll just grab them out of here and we will add them to this crate here. So now that it has been fully loaded with stone, if you look at the bottom left-hand screen, it says we need to use the control panel to toggle this on or off. So let's go hit up our control panel. And here is the control panel. So we'll go ahead and access that. And right here we have the stone grinder. Now this is another new feature that he just added, is the ability to toggle items on and off through the control panel itself. So we want to go ahead and turn on our stone grinder. So let's click on that. Now you notice it turned from red to green. Now that means that this bad boy is on and ready to use. And look at this thing go, guys. Holy cow. So we've already ground down 1 stone and we have 20 sand and 3 iron fragments. This thing is amazing. If you are looking to get yourself iron, this thing will get you iron in no time. Just fill this thing up, let it run, and you will get iron fragments like crazy. There we go. We got another 20 sand and another 6 iron fragments. Sand is not too terribly difficult to get, but iron fragments, on the other hand, can take a little bit of time. So this guy will save you a whole lot of time. You'll also notice it gives you the option to either click the right mouse button to take everything, or if you don't need the sand, you can hit the H button to discard the sand and only take the iron fragments. Keep in mind that in the forge and in the brick forge, every stone only gives you 1 iron fragment. However, with the stone grinder, every stone gives you 3 iron fragments. And the same holds true for sand. The basic sand recipe costs 2 stones in order to create 10 sand. Here, you get 20 sand from 1 stone. So you are getting a heck of a lot more resources with a lot less stones. Plus, it's fully automated. You do not have to babysit this. All you have to do is fill it up with stones, turn it on, go and do something else, and when you come back, you will have a crap ton of resources available. This thing is awesome. Now let's talk about some of the other changes in the Infected. The first one is the developer has given us the ability to put away our weapons or tools. Now normally what I used to do is I would, if I wanted to put my axe down, I would have to pick up a log like that, put it back, and then that would kind of holster your tool. Now what we can do is take out our tool, and if you hit the 0 key, that will holster your weapon or tool. So you will no longer have that in your hand. It actually is really cool feature that he added because it opens up so much more space on the screen. Having your tool out does take up that whole bottom right section of the screen with the axe. And look at the bow. Look how much screen that takes up. So having the ability to put away your weapons and tools by hitting 0 is awesome. Another awesome change is a cart location button on your map. So you actually have an icon now that'll tell you where your carts are. So as you see from this, I have a cart at the mine here, and I have a cart back at my home base. So I cannot tell you guys how many times I've actually lost a cart in previous playthroughs. I will accidentally set it down as I'm making my way to a POI or something, and then I lose it. I cannot find it again. It has happened to me a lot. So having that little map icon that marks the carts is amazing. No more losing your carts. Thank you very much, developer, for adding this feature. And this goes hand in hand with another feature or bug fix that he did. You'll notice that I have this this cart right here at the mine. Well, the reason I have 2 carts, one at home and one at the mine, is because I went mining. I went to go get some lead and some iron and mushrooms from the cave, parked my cart outside of the cave, went inside, did a little mining, came back out, my cart was gone, completely gone. So the developer fixed that bug. It was a known bug. He got it fixed, added it into this round of updates. So that was another excellent fix that was made to the carts. Another change we need to discuss real quick is the food recipes. Since we have added a new vegetable to the game, a lot of the food recipes have changed. They require onions now. Also, their benefits have changed as well. So the first one is the stew mix. It now requires an onion in addition to the other materials that it used to need. The fruit salad still gives you a +1 to your max stamina, but the perish time has been increased to 22 hours, so a huge increase in the perish time on the fruit salad. The veggie salad has also been increased perish time wise to 22 hours, plus now the veggie salad also gives you a +1 to your max vitamins, and the rations have been changed quite a bit. Now the rations will cost 1 stew mix, 1 whole melon, 3 mushrooms, and 1 plastic. They no longer require the veggie veggie salad and the fruit salad, so that means you will not lose your cans. These are much better to make now, in my humble opinion. Plus, they also give you a permanent +1 to your max protein, carbs, and fat. So the rations have been vastly improved, in my opinion. And the last change we want to talk about is possibly my favorite out of everything that was changed in this update. The stone grinder is awesome. I love it. So it is also in contention, but this might actually take the cake. It's a very simple change, but oh my God, I have been waiting for this for a long time. I love it. The developer has added a take all button from storage chests and that kind of thing. So here I'm in my mineral extractor. Instead of having to click every single one of those items into my inventory or drag and drop, I can hit this take all button and it will immediately move all of those items into storage. So let's go ahead and click that. Boom. Oh my God. One click takes everything. Thank you very, very much, developer. Oh, this is an absolutely awesome change. The infected just keeps getting better. This update has added a new food item, and with it came a whole host of changes to the various food recipes and their benefits. We also have the addition of the clay bowl, which you can use to get the onion soup, as well as the brand new item, the stone grinder, which, holy crap, guys, that thing is awesome. We now have the ability to holster our weapon or tool. We can activate electrical equipment from the control panel. Our cart location is now marked on the map, and possibly one of my favorite changes, we now have a take all button on most containers in the game. That is a huge time saver, and I absolutely love it. As I said before, guys, this dev is on fire. My hat is off to him. He is very passionate about his game and continually releases awesome updates that make the game even better. Now, if you'd like to see some more tutorial videos for the infected, I've created a very special playlist that you can access by clicking the box in the top right corner of the screen. But for now, this is Saven saying thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me in Saven's World. And remember, the average gamer is always king of the hill on the bell curve.